In this video, I am going to share with you how joint venture works. In real estate, if you are actually planning to do a joint venture with another person, then this video is must for you. So watch till the end. Alright, before I start, a full disclaimer that I personally did not do the joint venture with anyone yet. However, I have seen too many people and I have seen that how this joint venture works between two people or even multiple people. In order to make the joint venture work, the first thing that you have to do is to have a finite time goal. Like, it is almost impossible if you start a joint venture with another person and saying that, oh, let's just start and see what happens. No, you must have a specific time that, okay, next 3 years or 2 years or 1 year, you will try to achieve something. Having a finite time, then you know what's the end goal, where exactly you are going, and after the time you probably rethink about this joint venture again and go for another term. But you must have a specific time of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 6 months, whatever time that you determine. You need to have this finite time, and in this joint venture you must have this kind of time saying that, oh, this is the specific time that we will be part of this joint venture. And the second point that I would like to raise in terms of joint venture is have a specific goal. If two of people that are coming to do the joint venture, if they don't have a specific goal that they want to achieve, they just say, oh, let's just try it out, see what happens, then that joint venture will not work, because there is no clear path of where we are trying to go. So have a specific goal and as well as the time, then it will give an urgency and it will give both joint ventures a kind of a purpose to find out that, okay, how you can achieve that goal. Having a specific goal is a must in joint venture. You know, two people might be thinking that, oh, in 3 years time, this is the amount of money that we are going to earn from this joint venture deal. This is the amount of experience that we are going to get in this joint venture deal. So having a specific goal is an important part in a joint venture. The third thing that you must do in this joint venture is segregation of duties. If two people coming to this joint venture, there must be a reason for why two people are coming. Maybe one person is lacking some skills and the other person has, or maybe the one person has some money and then the other person do not have. So generally speaking, having a segregation of duties, okay, these are the things that you will do, these are the things that I will do, or these are the things that other person will do. That way, this having a segregation of duties, then the joint venture will work, because then you know what you are doing and you are not interfere with the other person is doing, and as a whole it is going to work. It's like a kind of an assembly work, a set of tasks that one person is doing, a set of tasks another person doing, and as a whole that whole assembly is actually working. Whereas most people, when they start with this joint venture, they have no idea. With two people, they just started doing this, and one person is trying to do the same thing with the other person are also doing the same thing, and over a period of time you will see that it is not working. There is a blame game, there is a fight, and all sort of things happens. Whereas if you start with the segregation of duties, okay, these are the things that you will do, these are the things that I will do, and then these are the things the third person, if there are 3 people joint ventures, or it is, you know, more than 2 people, then you have a clear cut segregation of duties of who will do what at what time, and that person would be responsible of doing this. If they don't do, then of course this joint venture is not going to work. So having a clear segregation of duties and making sure that person is doing is an important part of making this joint venture work. And the next point is that why joint venture will work is that if you have this elapsed time, which is the time that you set it up, let's say 1 year, 2 years, once it is passed, then you have to re-sign that agreement if you want to continue. You the re-sign of that agreement saying that, okay, now we will go for another 2 years or another 1 year. Nothing is infinite. If you go in a joint venture in an infinite period of time, then that you will lack motivation, you will not have a clear path goal of what you're trying to achieve, and that joint venture will not going to work. Whereas a finite time, finite goal, and a clear cut of path segregation of duties of who is going to do what is a sure shot success. And after that time gets elapsed, then you actually look for another agreement saying that, okay, now that we have achieved this goal, let's look back and find out what are the deficiencies, what are the things that we should improve, and in the next set of agreement you must include those, because you will learn quite a lot by doing this joint venture. And in the next set of 2 years, 3 years time, if you further agree between two people then you have this kind of agreement as well on that time. However, most people fail in this joint venture because they do not have a clear path goal, and they don't even do this re-sign agreement after 2 years and 3 years. But if you do this, then your chances of having success in joint venture is much more as compared to somebody who doesn't do it. So if you are looking for this joint venture, the number one thing, as I mentioned, have a finite time. You know that this is the time period that you will be with this joint venture. Second one is that have a specific goal. Make sure that you have a particular goal that you are trying to achieve as part of this joint venture. And third one is that have a clear cut of segregation of duties, who would do what, and that way you know that you are achieving, because what you are actually doing, the other person is not interfering, the other person is doing something that you are not interfering. And fourth is that once the time elapsed, you make sure that after this time you re-sign the agreement with a new renewed goal or new renewed kind of time, and that way there will not be any fight, there will not be any kind of disappointment, because you have clearly articulated all this before signing this joint venture deal. I hope this video is helpful. If you like this video, then subscribe my channel, turn the notification bell on so you get to see more videos like this, and it will also help me to reach out to more people like you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.